Um, I've been involved in student government since, well, I guess I could say elementary school, because that's really when I started. And when I got to high school, I was student body president there. Obviously, that's a lot different. I mean, I'm not planning proms here. I know that's what you have to do back in high school, but here, you can seriously make a change as student government president. And I was elected school communication senator fall of my freshman year. That same spring, I was elected speaker pro tempore of the Senate. And then I've done elections every semester. The following fall, re-elected as school communications senator, and last spring elected as speaker of the Senate. So my experience in charge of the legislative branch, and the entire branch of student government, has really shown me, given me a lot of great experience, and I see what kind of change you can make as president of the student body. It's not about the title, it's about what kind of impact you can make when you leave. We're all here for academics. We have a great time outside of it. We're all, a lot of us are involved in extracurricular stuff, but we're all here for academics, and our key academic platform is the online registration and revamped advising process. And I think that's very important. You need to be able to pick the courses that you want and not have to wait online and run from one end on campus to the other end of campus to get a signature, as was mentioned before. So that's a huge one. You just take a look at our Palm card, take a look at our team. We reach all parts of campus. And the reason for that is, it's not just because that's how we're going to get elected, it's because we want to make sure that we touch every group of students on campus and come up with the platforms, come up with the ideas that will impact their lives and their short stay at UM. All the people on there are in a ton of organizations. They're in a bunch of different majors, and as I said when I talked about the revamped advising process, we should get a representative from each and every school in there so that they can say what works in their school, what doesn't work, and we can come up with a process that works for everybody. So I think our team is a very diverse team, and that will only help us in making sure that we touch all the students' lives. I serve the students, period. My job is to serve the students. They voice their concerns to me. It's an obligation that I go and speak with the administration about it. My working relationship with all of them, really, from Dr. Whiteley down to Dr. Green for academic things, and the deans of academic schools and colleges allow me to do that. And I will definitely go out there and fight when the fight is necessary, and voice the concerns of the students. You're talking about the housing thing. We brought that to her, and we told her, we told the administrators that, hey, listen, students seem to think this is a good idea, but it needs to be more gradual, more of a gradual approach. We need to work with them. It's a give and take relationship, but they need to know that we're concerned about it. The other key thing is, and I've pushed this in every meeting I've had, that meeting that I had with the deans, as well as Dr. Whiteley, students need to be involved in the process of coming up with a decision. It should not be our reaction to things. The committees that they form to come up with these new policies, students need to be on that. Faculty committees within the schools and colleges, students need to be a part of that. And I think with all the new deans that have come in, and the Department of Student Affairs, they're prepared to do that, and they've vowed to work with the students and make sure we're involved in the process. And hey, if we're involved in the process and we come up with a plan, you're not going to hear the complaints, because we're the ones that helped form those decisions. Having served on the executive board for student government for the past 2 years, I know the role of the president, and I know the kind of commitments that come with it. Before I was IFC president, I was IFC secretary, also on the executive board. So I saw the roles of that. Last weekend I went on a conference, the Southeast Interfraternity Conference, and I understand that I need to balance, but really, to be honest, those are the two things that I'm really focusing on. And I will not take on other things that will not allow me to give 100% to what I have to do with any role that I take on. And as I said, I don't just take on roles to have the position. I don't need to be president of every organization on campus. I want to take on something that I know that I can make a difference in, and I feel strongly about both of these things. But having been involved in student government, I really know what needs to be done, and I recognize the time commitment that goes into it, and I'm prepared for it. I know I am. I mean, it's not just what we have listed on our Palm cards or the things we're going to do. Other things come up along the way, and the relationship we have with all the students will allow us to make sure that we can fulfill their needs.